The story opens up as we see a mysterious man donned in a long coat and thick bandages as he makes his way to the Hall of Justice. Knowing he was being watched, the figure opened up in a sprint towards the building, where out of nowhere he was struck by a pedestrian's car. Being absolutely horrified that he just killed the guy, the driver came out to help the wounded man, only to see that the accident knocked off his cloak, where he then burst into flames. Being covered head to toe in fire, the man screamed in pain and warned for the others to get back. Being saved just in time by Green Lantern, he was brought to the Hall of Justice, where Hal questioned this mysterious burned individual. Revealing his name to be Andrew, he demanded that he tell the Justice League of a hellish coming threat. Hal then told him that the rest of the heroes were off-world and had him relay just what was going on. Being also met by the male Wonder Twin Zan, Andrew revealed to the pair that he was in fact a vampire, which honestly explains the insane sun allergies a few panels back. He told the two that for centuries, peace between man and vampires was held by the vampiric elder Mary, who was the Queen of Blood. Despite holding this peace for so long, things would take a turn for the worse when Mary was mysteriously murdered. Also revealing that this woman was his ex, Andrew made it a point to avenge his vampire mommy GF by locating her assassin. His search would eventually lead him to the Legion of Doom headquarters, where upon venturing inside, Andrew would encounter a horrifying sight, which was the blood-soaked walls of the facility where the world's greatest supervillains lay dead. Coming across the mutilated, but still semi-conscious body of Lex Luthor, the dying genius discovered that Andrew was not hostile like the other vampires who wiped his kind out. Revealing that the monsters had begun a massive secret invasion, he told him that any of the universe's heroes or villains could now be undercover creatures of the night to ultimately bring this world to eternal darkness. Giving the vampire the address to the Hall of Justice, Luthor demanded that he go there, where he handed him a mysterious vial. In a disturbing scene, Luthor then had the man kill him with his bare hands before he could turn into a vampire himself. Reluctantly obliging, Andrew managed to escape the Doom headquarters, even managing to kill Vampire Riddler in the process. Things of course would then cut to modern day, where Andrew would don his Darkman bandage look so he could venture outside during daylight, where he of course would be found by Hal Jordan. Thinking this plan of vampires infecting superheroes sounded a tad insane, Green Lantern asked Andrew if he told anyone else of this plot, where he said no, because he felt the League were the only people he could trust. Zan, knowing this sounded quite serious, asked if he should bring the others in, which instantly alerted Andrew, as Green Lantern had told him earlier, that the other heroes were off-world. Ticked off at the teen for spilling the beans, Hal then restrained both men with his ring, revealing himself to be one of the infected vampires, in fact being one of their high-ranking officers. Desperately trying to escape, Hal had enough of Zan's antics, where he then used his ring to summon a giant blender around the boy, where he had nothing but a thin rope, choking him above the whirling blades. The rope of course would then snap, where Zan would fall into the device, where he was violently blended into a human-sized smoothie, which Hal would devour, only to claim that the dude was a bit too watery for his taste. Honestly boys, this may be one of the single worst things Green Lantern has ever done, even beyond the Ryan Reynolds movie. Revealing how much of an OP vampire he was, Hal told the restrained Andrew that he was able to keep his cover so successfully due to his ring's ability to block the UV rays of the sun, allowing him to be outside completely undetected. Demanding to know who else he told about this plot, Andrew once again told him nobody else knew but them. Delighted to know the truth would die with this vampire traitor, Hal then used his ring to cook the horrified man alive as he watched while finishing off his Wonder Twin protein shake. Things would then cut to Batman coming home to the Batcave, where he was greeted by Alfred. The butler would then tell Bruce that they had a mysterious visitor to the mansion earlier, where he sent a letter to Batman. This was revealed to have been the work of Andrew, who was smarter than we initially believed. The package contained the vial from Lex Luthor, along with the letter from Andrew warning Batman of the coming vampiric threat.